Have you ever wondered who the Philistines really were? Those who emerged from the sea like a fierce storm? In epic tales, they are often mentioned as the notorious enemies of the Israelites. But was that all? Were they just brutal warriors, anonymous invaders, or was there a complex and brilliant culture behind them that history still hides? Imagine standing in front of historical clues, from ancient texts to soil-covered archaeological sites. The Philistines, according to researchers, were probably not indigenous inhabitants, but migrants from the Aegean Sea, bringing with them exquisite art, unique architecture, and mysterious beliefs. Exquisite pottery, innovative constructions, and traces of a complex social system suggest that they were not just conquerors, but also highly inventive and adaptable. In this video, Historical Owl takes you on a fascinating journey, discovering the truth behind the Philistine name, from their tense relationship with the Israelites and Egyptians, to how they integrated and influenced the civilizations in the region. We will uncover the untold stories of a people who were once a symbol of power and mystery, but then fell like so many other civilizations in the course of history. So what made them such an important link in the historical picture of the ancient Near East? And why do they continue to arouse the curiosity of historians to this day? Stay with Historical Owl as we explore the story of the Philistines, a story not only of war and conflict, but also of the rise and fall of a unique civilization. What you will learn may completely change the way you look at human history. Start the journey now. The mysterious origins of the Philistines, the Sea Peoples, who shaped Near Eastern history. In the hazy mists of the 12th century BC, a period of turmoil gripped the entire Mediterranean region as great civilizations such as Egypt, Hittite, and Mycenae collapsed amid waves of migration and conflict that swept across the region. This period, known as the Sea Wars, saw the emergence of the Philistines, a people with a mysterious power, both symbols of destruction and creative builders. They were not simply conquerors, but also helped reshape the ancient Near East, becoming an important link in the rich history of this land. But who were they, and where did they come from? The origins of the Philistines have always been a controversial question in history. Some theories suggest that they originated from the island of Crete, home to the legendary Minoan civilization with its unique artistic and architectural imprints. Others link them to the Mycenae region, the center of power in early Greece. Archaeological evidence, such as Aegean-style pottery and architectural works at Philistine settlements, have drawn strong links between them and the Western Mediterranean. In addition, genetic analysis of remains found in Ashkelon, one of the ancient Philistine cities, has revealed the presence of DNA from the Aegean region, reinforcing the hypothesis that they were seafaring people from the Western Mediterranean, bringing with them a rich cultural heritage. The Philistines' adventurous sea journeys brought them to the land of Canaan, where they settled and built a powerful confederation of 5 major cities: Gaza, Ashkelon, Ashdod, Ekron, and Gath. These cities were not only economic and political centers, but also cultural strongholds where their Aegean culture blended with indigenous elements. Archaeological finds show that the Philistines were not only fierce warriors, but also sophisticated artisans, innovators in architecture, art, and religion. Their culture was a fusion, demonstrating remarkable adaptability and creativity, from exquisite pottery to fortified structures. In the historical picture, the Philistines left their mark not only as conquerors from the sea, but also as factors shaping the complexity of the ancient Near East. They once confronted great civilizations such as Egypt and Israel, but at the same time contributed to the cultural exchange and development in the region. Like many other civilizations, the Philistines eventually declined, but their legacy continues to live on in archaeological remains and historical stories. These sea dwellers, with their journey from the sea to new lands, created one of the most fascinating chapters in human history, leaving behind unsolved mysteries. Do we really understand them, or are there still hidden secrets waiting to be discovered? Leave your comments below. The Philistines, a name that echoes in the Bible, are not only a symbol of confrontation, but also play a central role in dramatic myths. In the religious and cultural history of the Israelites, the Philistines emerged as a powerful people, with formidable military power thanks to the use of iron weapons and advanced technology of the time. The battles between the Philistines and the Israelites were not simply territorial conflicts, but also reflected the confrontation between faith and power, between loyalty to God and the temptations of the world. From fierce clashes such as the Battle of Ebenezer, where the Philistines captured the Ark of the Covenant, to the constant battles during the time of King Saul, they became a constant threat, challenging the faith and courage of the Israelites. In the myths of the Bible, the Philistines also serve as a catalyst to highlight the strength and loyalty of Israelite heroes. Samson, the legendary judge, is a living example. With supernatural strength granted by God, Samson not only defeated 1,000 Philistines with just the jawbone of a donkey, but also engaged in a dramatic personal battle with the people. However, the betrayal of Delilah, the woman he loved, led to tragedy when Samson was captured by the Philistines. In his last moments, he begged God for power to destroy their temple, kill thousands of enemies, and atone for his sins. This story is not only a military victory, but also a symbol of loyalty and redemption before God. The story of David and Goliath, one of the most famous myths in the Bible, also clearly depicts the role of the Philistines as an opposing force. Goliath, the giant warrior who represented the military might of the Philistines, was the perfect image of overwhelming and invincible. But David, a young man with great courage and faith in God, defeated Goliath with only a slingshot and a small stone. This victory is not only a story of the overwhelming power of faith, but also a timeless message about how people can overcome the greatest challenges if they have faith and determination. The Philistines appear in the Bible not only as a sworn enemy, but also as a symbol of the trials that the Israelites faced to affirm their loyalty to God. But beyond their role as adversaries, the Philistines were also a people with a unique culture, beliefs, and social organization, reflecting the richness and complexity of the ancient Near Eastern world. Although they were eventually wiped out by the tides of history, their stories live on in human memory. The Philistines, from fiery battlefields to legendary tales, are not only villains, but also a testament to the contrast between secular power and spiritual belief. A timeless legacy, forever etched in the world's religious and cultural history. The Philistines, a mysterious people who emerged from the sea, have been a symbol of strength, resilience, and unsolved mysteries in the ancient Near East. They were not only known as the great rivals of the Israelites, but also played an important role in the cultural exchange and development of the region. But then, like many other civilizations, the glory of the Philistines gradually faded. That decline, although slow but irresistible, turned them from a proud people into a faint memory in the flow of history. One of the biggest turning points marking the fall of the Philistines was the invasion of the Neo-Babylonian Empire under the leadership of King Nebuchadnezzar II in the 7th century BC. With superior military power, the Babylonians attacked and destroyed the major cities of the Philistines, including Gaza, Ashdod, Ashkelon, and Ekron. These were once important economic, cultural, and political centers, but after these attacks, they were reduced to ashes. The destruction was not only physical, but also shattered the Philistine cultural and social foundations, pushing them into a period of severe, irreversible decline. However, the decline of the Philistines was not immediate, but lasted for decades. After losing their centers of power, they were gradually absorbed into stronger cultures, such as Babylon and later the Persian Empire. This assimilation process was silent but thorough, as the Philistine language, beliefs, and customs were gradually replaced. The Philistines eventually lost their own identity, and by the end of the ancient period, they had completely disappeared from historical records as an independent people. Their identity, once vibrant and unique, was now only a faint echo of the distant past. Although their existence seems to have been lost to history, the Philistines' remains continue to inspire modern archaeologists and historians. Excavations at sites such as Ashkelon, Ekron, and other cities have revealed many secrets about their way of life. Aegean-style pottery, architectural remains, and other artifacts show that the Philistines were not only warriors, but also creative and adaptable. These discoveries also confirm that they built a rich and influential culture, closely tied not only to the Near East, but also to civilizations from the Aegean Sea. The Philistine legacy extends beyond archaeological sites to modern language and place names. The name Philistine was used by the Greeks and Romans to refer to the land of Philistia, which later became Palestine. Although there is no direct ethnic connection between the ancient Philistines and present-day Palestinians, the name remains a valuable legacy, testifying to their lasting influence on the region's history. The fate of the Philistines is a vivid illustration of the fragility of civilizations in the course of history. They were once one of the strongest and proudest peoples in the region, but they were not immune to the rise and fall of civilizations. Yet their legacy continues to arouse curiosity and inspiration, not only in how they lived, fought, and innovated, but also in how they adapted and integrated into a changing world. Despite their disappearance from the map, the Philistines left behind valuable lessons. First, they show that even the most brilliant civilizations can perish if they fail to adapt to change. But more importantly, they remind us that a people's legacy lies not only in their physical existence, but also in the cultural values and influence they leave behind. Their achievements, from art to architecture, from archaeological remains to stories that have survived, remain an integral part of the mosaic of human history. Today, when we look back at the story of the Philistines, it is not just a story of rise and fall, but also a journey that reflects the power of culture and people. Their remains, from ruined cities to surviving pottery shards, are like whispers from the past, reminding us that every civilization has its moment of glory. But the legacy they leave behind can last forever. The fate of the Philistines is not only a warning about the transience of power, but also a testament to the permanence of culture, a bridge between the past and the present, a story that will be told for generations to come. The Philistines, a name that resonates throughout the Bible and history, were not only a powerful people, but also carried a profound theological and symbolic significance, making them a unique figure in culture and belief. In the Bible, the Philistines appear as notorious enemies, representing a challenge to faith and loyalty to God. Their battles were not only military confrontations, but also tests of spiritual strength, courage, and belief in divine guidance. The legendary battle between David and Goliath is a vivid example, where faith overcomes physical strength and courage overcomes all impossibilities. The Philistines, with their military strength and advanced civilization, became the embodiment of the challenges that each individual must face in the journey to strengthen his or her faith. In the modern context, the significance of the Philistines goes beyond theological to become a symbol of resilience and historical confrontations. Their story, from the early days of building a powerful civilization, confronting great nations such as Israel and Egypt, until their demise, is a powerful testament to perseverance in difficult circumstances. They became a symbol of unequal confrontation, a universal image clearly expressed in the battle between David and Goliath. This battle has gone beyond the religious framework to become a global symbol of the struggle between the weak and the strong, between wisdom and strength, between will and adversity. It reminds us that, in the greatest challenges of life, victory does not always belong to the stronger, but to the one with the strongest faith. Although the Philistines have disappeared from history, their mark is still alive in theological lessons and humanistic symbols. They evoke images of relentless battle, harsh trials, and the meaning of steadfast belief in ideals. From biblical tales to historical lessons, the Philistines remind us that sometimes it is our greatest enemies who give us the opportunity to prove our strength and perseverance. And that is how they endure, not in lost cities, but in the human consciousness, as a reminder of the power of faith and wisdom throughout the ages. The Philistine culture is evident in the incredible archaeological remains, from exquisite pottery to impressive architectural remains, showing that they were not only warriors, but also skilled artisans and traders. Many researchers believe that they descended from the Sea Peoples, a group of notorious migrants in history who brought with them their creativity, art, and unique beliefs. Their cultural mix with neighboring civilizations such as Egypt and Israel paints a vivid picture of cultural exchange in the ancient Near East. However, the Philistines were notable not only for their culture, but also for their conflictual relationships with other civilizations. Their battles with the Israelites are not only recorded in the Bible, but have also become symbols of strength, faith, and will. Meanwhile, their relationship with Egypt was strategic and sometimes a temporary alliance. It is this interweaving of conflict and cooperation that has made them an indispensable part of the region's history. But like many other civilizations, the Philistines were not immune to decline. Their disappearance from the course of history remains a great mystery, leaving a series of unanswered questions. How could a once powerful people disappear almost completely? Were they swept away by the tsunami of historical forces, or are their traces still hidden somewhere, waiting to be discovered? The Philistines, though long gone, still hold valuable lessons for us today. They demonstrate that every civilization, no matter how powerful, is part of a larger historical picture. Their rise and fall remind us of the fragility and wonder of human history. The mysteries of who they were, what they left behind, and what they represent continue to be an invitation to those who yearn to understand more about the ancient world. Stay tuned for more content about other mysterious civilizations on Historical Owl, where we not only tell history, but also take you on an exciting journey of discovery. Don't forget to leave a comment about what you'd like me to do to improve and what you'd like me to do, and subscribe to open the door to untold secrets.